This game pitting two conference rivals against one another. A little extra riding on this one. We'll see it too.
Yeah, you'll see, because the game will get a little chippy, a little physical, and both of these teams understand they both can't get to the conference finals.
A lot of talking out there too, huh?
Yeah,
were you a talker?
Big talker.
Were you?
Yes, I loved it.
Plus, you're in broadcasting. I see the connection. I finally have figured it out. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Collins. Prophet is out there with the captain. Then it's Silk, and it's Russell in at the point guard. And yes, it's good. Here's Hill. He kicks it to Gobert. Jazz passing it around. The dish now to Hill. Gobert with a screen for Hill. A three-pointer off the mark. And the Lakers have possession. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And in that game, they did damage in a variety of ways. They were more or less unstoppable offensively.
The defense had no answer for them whatsoever, and they feasted on every opportunity they got in that one.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And the first one at the line is good. And, you know, Steve, you ask around the league, when it comes to home court advantage, the Jazz have one of the best in the NBA.
A very passionate crowd, very loud and dedicated. And, of course, the altitude plays a factor, too. Second highest in the league after Denver. And for visiting teams, you get winded much quicker.
He hits both from the stripe. And here are the Jazz now. 4-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Just lack of mental fortitude. You need to be strong in those situations and deliver when it matters the most.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Passes to Cobb. Outside, Russell. They set the pick. Here's the Prophet. Misses the three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Hood kicks to Hayward. Hood drives in. The basket good off the assist from Hayward.
Like seeing Hood penetrate to the hoop. His speed and strength allows him to get there quickly.
Russell against Hill. 14 feet away. And it's Russell missing. Jazz have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Gobert the pass to Hayward. It's not going to go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Yeah, suffering from a very cold start. They've already missed 4 out of 5 from the field.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Gobert the screen. And a wide open look for Hood. And it's Hood again missing. Lakers leading by 5. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
Okay, Dave, thanks. And quite a focus for the game here early on, and an important one too, guys.
Yeah, I mean, up against this team, finding ways to crack their defensive shell is always going to be the #1 challenge.
You can't stand around. You have to set picks. You have to cut. You have to have body movement to get quality shots.
The Prophet passes to Russell. And another three for the Lakers.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
Start it.
And looking at some numbers for Hill, last season's performance for him, he was around 12 points a game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Hood dishes to Favors. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And Derek Favors vastly improved as a jump shooter. That's so important when he plays that power forward spot.
Yeah, because of the versatility. He was a pick and roll guy to the bucket. Now he can pick and pop and knock down jump shots.
And year after year, Derek Favors making steady improvements, Steve, and he's still entering his prime.
Well, he came in as a rebounder and a defender, but now is back to the basket game. He's comfortable. Now his face-up jump shot. But what I love is one dribble to the rim and he can finish. Offensive game has definitely improved at all levels.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And as the season gets rolling here, does the game plan, Steve, stay pretty close to what the coaches drew up in training camp, or can there be some pretty significant shifts?
Yeah, it is. Coaches try to coach the same way, but then sometimes you have this huge trade, and you got to be able to coach on the fly to change the style of play, change where you put guys, and give guys different roles.
And you've been a part of that.
Yes, for sure. I've been traded and have guys come in, especially when you have 2 or 3 guys leave and 2 or 3 guys come in.
What's harder, being traded or being on a team that brings in new players?
I think being traded.
Being traded.
Yes.
So it's Utah now after the basket by Los Angeles. Hill kicks to Favors. Here's Cobb. Rebounded by the Jazz. They're running. Ahead, here's Hayward, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
That's why Hayward is a franchise-level player, a guy who can get shots to go despite getting whacked. Gordon Hayward has always been a good NBA athlete, but now he's starting to get bigger and stronger over the years and being able to finish through contact in the lane.
And Hayward, for his size and strength, moves his feet pretty well defensively.
Yeah, underrated defender. They say he plays a lot of tennis. That's where he gets his lateral quickness from.
Now, here is Russell. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Houston. Shot clock at 6. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Baseline jumper. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now, here is Hill. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Inside. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
On that play right there, Favors is a selfless player who is willing to do whatever it takes to get his guys clean looks at the basket.
There's Russell with a 3. Gobert pulls it in. Jazz trail by 7. Outside Hood. It's tipped and stolen by Russell. To the middle. Here's Hassel. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. To the inside. Favors banked in off the glass.
Favors can really hurt you from inside the paint. If he gets the ball in a good spot, he has the size and length needed to bury the shot.
Here's Hassel. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
He knew he had a matchup he wanted, and he did a great job rising up and knocking the shot down with ease.
Favors with the screen. Hill kicks to Gobert. It's back to Hill. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
That pass was a work of art right there.
Lakers leading by 5. Down low. Here's Hassel. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
He really knows how to get up and fight for rebounds and challenge the defense with his athleticism.
Here's Hill. Gobert the screen. Hayward outside. Outside Hood. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From the left block. And the shot is long. For Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Here's Cobb. Great tee that time from Hood. Jazz trail by 7. Hill with it. Favors sets the pick for Hill. Hayward on the wing to the paint. Here's Favors. Great touch on the 16-footer. Favors got 6.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's the Prophet. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. Here's Collins. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. And it's 8 points for Easy Breezy.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Utah calls timeout. So Utah ends up going with the new group. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Here's Mack. The feed to Ingles. From 13. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Now here's Mack. Guarded closer. Johnson, a wide open look. They get it back. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And when having discussions about the Lakers over the years, one word that has rarely been mentioned is rebuild. The franchise is used to championships, not rebuilding.
And another word that they lack is superstar. You're not accustomed to seeing the Lakers without a true superstar on that roster. And they've also always been a top destination for the A-list free agents.
Both good from the line that time. Lakers leading by 6. Here's Redding. It's stolen by Mack. Stripped away. There's the pass to Ohio. They set the pick. Here's Redding. Shot clock at 5. Here's Ohio. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
You don't see that play regularly from them, but it led to a made 3, so you can't knock them for trying it.
Now Exum, 9 points last game out. Down low, it's intercepted. Here's Sonakitsi. Soft touch off the glass.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Jazz trail by 11. To the paint, here's Withy. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Shot, gentlemen.
The Jazz at the point guard position over the last 3 seasons have really struggled with their playmaking. A low rate of assists and high turnovers.
And here is Los Angeles now. They're leading by 8. To the middle, Dolman. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And the Jazz drafting young point guards like Trey Burke taken 9th in 2013, and then Steve with Dante Exum, 5th overall in 2014.
Yeah, Dante Exum suffering a torn ACL last season. When they get consistent production at that position, they will really take them to the next level.
Now here's Mack. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one, and it's Exum in the corner. Good, and the nice assist from Mack.
Sweet-looking jumper from Dante, a part of his game he continues to work on.
Here's Redding. Fires the three. They get it again. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. The Profits got 6 points.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Pass to Mack, off the pick. Good as the jump shot falls.
Shelvin Mack does a great job playing within his team's offensive schemes, a guy who has the complete trust of his teammates.
Here's Redding. Pass to Ohio. Shot clock at 5. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Sonakitsi. It's deflected, and he recovers it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. .106 left in the first quarter. Kicks it to Johnson. Back to Exum. To the wing right side. Johnson outside. 5 on the clock. Fires, high post. And the shot no good, a bit short.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Ohio. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
O.J. Mayo is checked in for Los Angeles. The Lakers have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And the thing about Laker fans, I mean, they've always been used to their team being the favorite to win most nights. Lately, though, it's more about the excitement that their young players bring to the game and hopefully the bright future ahead.
Now here's Johnson. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. They grabbed their own miss. He gets that one. Exum's got 5 points so far.
Dante Exum is a truly talented player taking care of business down inside.
Outside Mayo. Great look, but off the mark. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
They've been super aggressive on that end, and they've been rewarded for it so far. Let's see if they'll be able to maintain this for the rest of the game.
Hayward out there with Johnson. Then it's Shelvin Mack. Then it's Exum, and it's Favors in at the 5 down low. That's the group right now for Utah.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Mack kicks to Johnson. Favors with the screen. Johnson, the pass to Hayward. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And Hayward has really expanded on his game. Really looks at home down on the post.
Mayo up top. He's covered by Mack. Pass to Cooligan. Back to Mayo. Here's Cooligan. Here's Redding. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Mack. And O.J. Mayo pulls it down.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
And those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
Hey, Steve, when you think about team basketball and chemistry, the value of winning, what attributes make for a great teammate?
I think, first of all, unselfish. I think a guy just wants to do whatever it takes just to win. And it's not about his individual awards. And also a guy that wants to make you better.
What about the guy you don't like? What about the guy who's not a good teammate?
You know that guy is selfish, and that guy is always huddling up with a lot of guys, having these small conversations, talking about what's going wrong.
Well, what do you do about it?
You got to kind of weed those guys out. You got to have guys all on the same page. I think it's a team effort, but also it's the coach, general manager, and the leaders of the team to kind of weed him out.
Great perspective. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Utah wasn't going to let Gordon Hayward go to Charlotte. They matched that offer sheet a couple of years ago, and now he's growing into his role as the go-to offensive player for the Jazz. But it's his versatility that really makes him special. He said, I have to be active and have to affect all parts of the game in order for us to be a successful team. And indeed, Kevin, he does a little bit of everything.
Sure does. Thank you, D.A. Now Mayo, after Gordon Hayward's three-pointer that didn't go. For three. And O.J. Mayo gets the three. Mayo's got 5 points now this quarter.
His eyes just lit up as soon as he realized he was wide open from outside. The defense has to do a much better job.
Favors sets the pick for Hill. Connects from three-point range. Hill's got 7 points in the game.
Floor spacing is so crucial. That's something that George Hill definitely brings to the table.
And here is Mayo. 5 points in the game. Pass to Cooligan. Lakers passing it around. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Puts up a three. The shot by Hassel is no good. Jazz trail by 9. Hill kicks to Hayward. A fadeaway. Again, the miss by Hayward.
If you're trying to figure out why these guys can't catch up, this inconsistent shooting is a good place to start.
And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for the Jazz.
I'll tell you what, their guards have certainly pulled their weight on the glass, helping the big secure it. It's something that coaches harp on all the time. Team rebounding has certainly been one of the positives here tonight.
Utah's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Favors with the screen. Now here is Hill. He has 7. Outside Hood. He feeds it to Hayward. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Gordon Hayward with 2 seasons left on his max contract. I remember people scratching their head when he signed it, but he is starting to live up to the hype.
Hard to believe this, Steve. Hayward now the longest tenured player on the Utah Jazz. They drafted him 9th overall back in 2010.
A cornerstone of their young core. He's a vet now, and he's probably their most complete player.
And that one misses.
The former Butler Bulldog Gordon Hayward is a guy who can play 2 to 3 positions thanks to his terrific versatility.
Second free throw, no good.
Very surprised he couldn't capitalize on those shots. You don't see that often.
Outside, Russell launches a 3. And the Lakers with another miss. Jazz trail by 9. Hill kicks to Favors. Good, the assist goes to Hill. That's 10 points for Derek Favors.
Nice dime to the open man. George Hill, more of a combo guard, making things happen right there.
Pass to Cooligan. Russell with a wide open look, and the three ball is good. Russell's got his third basket of the night right there.
He was just way too open there. Of course he's going to make the defense pay for letting him shoot from there.
Utah calls timeout.
Start it.
And let's take a look now at some stats for Gobert. Last year, getting it done. He was around 9 points per last year. 11 rebounds and just over 2 blocks. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
Favors with the screen. Hill has the open look. That one misses. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Hill against Russell. The 11-footer, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
He always goes strong to the basket when he gets great inside looks.
Jazz trail by 12. Gobert the screen. Hayward outside. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Los Angeles leading by 12. Outside Russell. Pass to Cooligan. Feeds it to Russell. The 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now here's Hood. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Portland.
Gordon Hayward is so skilled at measuring the defense, filling them out after the screen and taking what they give him.
Here's Cooligan. 13-point lead. Dishes it to Russell. Goes up the baseline. Favors with the rebound. Jazz have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Here's Gobert. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Russell against Hill. Inside. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Gobert the screen. It's back to Hill, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Rudy Gobert, 3rd.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Hayward up top. 7 points in the game. Hood for 3. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Hood's ability to space out the floor is huge. If he's squaring up from outside, the D has to close out.
And Quinn Snyder this summer signing a multi-year extension to remain the coach of the Jazz into the future.
He took over back in 2014 and has been a great fit for this young and upcoming team. The Jazz with an excellent foundation both on the court and on the bench.
2 points. That one goes. He has 7. Jazz trail by 12. Outside Hill. Favors with the screen. Favors sets the pick for Hill. Hayward outside. 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Up top, Russell. He's guarded by Hill. Passes it to Hassan. Russell inside. He's guarded by Hill. Russell with the bucket. Russell's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Hill, a screen on Russell. And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain. That's foul number 2 for him.
He has to be somewhat careful now. 2 fouls in the first half. Doesn't want to pick up a third if he can help it.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. And so it's Utah here with the ball. They trail by 14. There's the pass to Cobb. Lots of room. That shot off. And it's Utah the other way. Mack with the ball. Johnson outside. Here's Ingles. The rebound by the Lakers. The Prophet's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Pass to Sonikidze. He dishes it to Collins. Rebound, Utah.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
To the middle, here's Johnson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Johnson's got his first points of the night.
When you get close to the basket like that, good things usually happen.
The Prophet passes to Collins, and they pick up 2. And the Lakers lead by 14.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Johnson outside. The tray. Another miss by Johnson.
Couldn't have been more wide open on that one.
To the wing right side. The dish to Collins. Silk passes to Collins. Clock at 6. Here's Ohio. Softly drops in the floater. 8 points for him.
When you have a reliable floater like that, it can be absolutely lethal.
Withy kicks to Johnson. Count it.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
One shot.
And most first-round draft picks in the NBA, Steve, have the unique experience of waiting in the green room on draft day, anxiously listening for their name to be called. What was that day? What was that moment like for you?
You know what? Nerve-wracking because, I was projected to go anywhere from 2 to 10. So when you start to hear 2, 3, 4, luckily I went 5th, Kevin. Was just hoping I didn't fall far to 10. But I think I tell young guys, whether you're 1 through 10, you just want to go to there where it's a great fit for you.
And all the teams that work you out, they probably all say, hey, Steve, if you're available, we're going to take you. I mean, you get a lot of that when you're going through the process?
Yeah, you do. And then you start to believe that. You just got to go out there and play your best and wait to see on draft day. Because sometimes you're picked by that team, and the next thing you know, you're traded a pick after.
And as you've said before, being drafted by Miami was a godsend. You thought it was the perfect place for you to go.
I thought it was. A great fit for me. Had some guys that I played against throughout my high school and college career. It was perfect.
And they've done a great job of just keeping the pressure up on the scoreboard.
All over this chance to put some distance between them and build this lead up.
Now here's Matt. Back to Withy. Powered down with both hands.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. There's the feed to Collins. The 3. Mack grabs the miss. Jazz trail by 16. Ingles in the corner. Shoots a 3. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Ingles has got his first 3 points of the game. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Passes it to Sonikidze. Here's the Prophet. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's the Prophet. He has 6. Stolen away. Ingles dishes to Johnson. 3-pointer. No good. And we finished one half of basketball. Lakers ahead. They lead by 13.
It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They have a 13-point lead. Shaq, what you think?
Well, the perimeter shooting is the reason they're ahead. I think we'll probably see more of that in the second half, especially if they can stay hot. Man, that's so hot, I gotta take my suit off.
Kenny, what do you have to say about the Jazz?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
Here's Hill. Starting off the second half, here's Luke Walton's 5. Russell is out there with Silk. Then it's Collins. Then it's the Prophet. And it's Hassel in at the 4.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Outside, Russell. Pass to Hassel. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Russell, no good. Jazz trail by 13. Hood drives in. Hill kicks to Gobert. Gobert, the screen. Back to Hood. Here's the 3. Rebound the Lakers. The Prophets got rebound number 8 now on the night.
Well, you have Rodney Hood, a player coming out of Duke that can shoot the basketball lights out. I've always been impressed with him, and now he's been able to run the offense as a secondary ball handler.
Here's Silk. Here's the Prophet. From outside, off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Bucket is good. Dan Hood out of Duke is a lefty. Pretty crafty with the ball in his hands, and he can score in isolation.
The lefty does a nice job. He comes off pick and rolls deceptively quick. He can get to the rim or he can pull up, and usually it's a bucket.
Here's Silk. Derek Favors making his last shot. The shot by Collins, no good.
3 straight misses to start the third period. Still trying to find that rhythm.
Hayward, no good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
And this is not how they wanted to start out the second half. Just 1 for 4 so far.
And Russell gets it to go. Russell's got 17 now.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And Favors kicks to Hood. He feeds it to Hill. Gobert with a screen for Hayward. Got a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Hey, Rudy Gobert, such a great find for the Utah Jazz. A force of nature defensively. Go gadget arms is developing a shot also around the rim.
2 shots. And Gobert may be the most impactful player of the 2013 draft class. Steve, he was taken 27th. How in the world did he slip that far?
Well, in workouts, you really can't see his value, but put him out on the floor with his length and size and the impact he has defensively, you can't simulate that in workouts. You have to see him play in games.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
The Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, really making an immediate impact with his rebounding and his shot blocking ability.
Screened by Russell. Silk passes to Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls up from the corner. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Terrible beginning to the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
And stolen by Russell. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. The pass to Cobb. Here's the Prophet. He kicks to Russell. Gobert with the defensive effort. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
Can't have any wasted possessions down the stretch.
The Lakers with the rebound. They led by as many as 18 points. It's off to Oklahoma City for them after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
And D'Angelo Russell, he had a tough time adapting to the pro game at first. I mean, you could see the talent from the moment he stepped on the court, but you could also see the turnovers and the lack of sustained hustle. I mean, I think a lot of it had to do, it's the first time in his career where he wasn't always the best player on the floor. And when you deal with that kind of adversity, it takes some time for you to adjust and grow as a player.
And the Lakers making a change here. And so Russell hits them both. And thinking back to Russell's rookie season, maybe too much was expected of a guy coming in at just 19 years of age.
Yeah, and we live in this win-now, instant gratification era. And with the skill set and moxie this kid has, fans are going to expect the world. Just looking at what Russell did in the Rising Stars Challenge last year, though, he may ultimately fulfill all those lofty expectations.
Mm-hmm. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Hill dishes to Favors. Tries from 10. That one, no good. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Guys, the Utah Jazz is one of the up-and-coming teams in the West, and it was a system-wide commitment to young players. The younger teams tend to struggle, but head coach Quinn Snyder said he's committed to letting his players learn through their mistakes. He said it may be painful at times, but that's how we get better. In a lot of things, the only way to learn is through experience. Guys?
They're catching on quickly, thanks, D.A. And the Lakers with possession here. Derek Favors unable to get his shot to go. Pass to Hassel. Here's the Prophet, covered by Hood. Just 5 to shoot. To the inside. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And they'll keep possession. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Now Hill, 7 points in the game. Favors with the screen. Hayward on the wing. Kicks to Favors. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 5 assists tonight.
And it only takes a couple buckets for Favors to get rolling. They got to keep feeding him the rock.
Now here's Mayo. He has 5. Outside Russell. Back to Mayo. 6 to shoot. Feeds it to Russell. Again, Russell missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Hill kicks to Favors. Hayward passes to Hill. Here's Favors. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
A lot of organizations obviously want to win now, but what I like about the Utah Jazz, they built this roster patiently, letting their young talent develop. This front office has taken a long view, not looking for shortcuts.
For Utah, they have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. The first one falls. And for the Utah Jazz, of course, Salt Lake City, not a big free agent destination by any means in some ways. Hasn't that, Steve, influenced their approach a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. They can't get the big names, unfortunately for them. They've done it through the draft, and they're trying to do it by developing a lot of their young players.
He doesn't get the second one.
You know, the shooting ability of Derek Favors combined with his size makes him a hard matchup for most defenses.
Jazz trail by 11. Outside Hill. Dishes it to Favors. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Favors has got 17 now.
He's been very decisive, very accurate shooting the basketball. Extremely productive quarter so far.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
That explains the gap on the scoreboard. Attacking offense against a defense that's far too relaxed.
And Hood the bucket on the assist from Favors. 7 points for Rodney Hood.
And the way Hood operates off screens always gets to the open space.
Right side, Mayo. An easy 2 points on the layup. He has 7.
And that's just a great individual play right through the teeth of the defense.
Hill kicks to Favors. He dishes it to Hayward. Gobert the screen. Hayward outside. They get the rebound. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
That's good.
Gobert using that 7'1" frame well on the glass, utilizing his size.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Withy's checked in for Favors. Johnson comes in for Gordon Hayward. Max checked in for Hood. And it's Dante Exum in for George Hill. And so many players in the NBA, Smitty, are passionate about giving back to their communities, lending a helping hand to that next person to help them reach their dreams. And I know it's a cause that's close to your heart. So why is this so important to players like yourself?
Well, it's so important, Kevin, because I think in all walks of life, there's somebody that's helped you. And I had the opportunity to get a chance to help others. And I learned this from my parents, especially my mom. She was the foundation of our family and the community.
And I know one of the big contributions you made is back to your university up in East Lansing, Michigan State, with a huge donation that they are very thankful for.
Yeah, just the synergy I had with Michigan State, also my high school, being able to give back, and especially providing a scholarship for kids to get a chance to have a scholarship to attend Michigan State University.
And here is Los Angeles now after the missed 3 from Joe Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
For Los Angeles, they have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. And he knocks down the first one. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Utah. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Jazz trail by 9. And Mack kicks to Exum. Johnson right side. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The Jazz have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Johnson. Los Angeles leading by 7. Passes it to Hassel. There's a screen. And here is Mayo. He has 7 to the middle. Hassel's shot's good. The captain's got 6.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And Mack kicks to Withy. Now here's Mack. Goes up to the stripe. Excellent D there for Mayo. Los Angeles has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Inside to the right side. 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Ingles with the rebound. Jazz trail by 9. The dish to Withy. There's the feed to Mack. From the baseline. And there's Joe Johnson on the assist from Mack. Mack's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Outside Mayo. And the pass to Ohio. Here's Hassel. Lakers working the ball around now. Pass to Ohio. To the middle. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. 10 points for him.
He knows his teammate loves to shoot from that spot on the floor and get him the ball exactly there.
Mack with the ball. It's stolen by Mayo. Pass to Hassel. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by the Jazz.
No defensive pressure. That's a three-point attempt. He loved to have that.
Mack dishes to Exum. They set the screen, and it's going to be a 3-second call. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations.
Well, just look at the cluster in the middle of the paint. That right there tells you all you need to know about how they have built the lead they have. They are playing with more intensity on the offensive side of the ball, and it's the difference in the game right now. You have to love how they've approached this matchup.
Ohio, the pass to Mayo. Jumper off the screen. Passes to Ohio. Here's Hassel. He has 6. 1:14 left in the third quarter. Outside Mayo, just 5 on the clock. Now the pass to Hassel. Drains it from beyond the arc. The captain's got 9.
If the defense is going to keep giving him those shots, you know he has the confidence to knock them down.
And Mack kicks to Johnson. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Johnson's got 6 in the quarter. Lakers leading by 10. There's the pick. Now here's Mayo. He's covered by Mack. And it's Mayo again missing.
And surprisingly couldn't connect. That's a high percentage a look as he's going to get.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. From deep. Mayo missing again.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
And yeah, you look at him and look at his face, his expressions. He has definitely lost his confidence.
Now Johnson. And the miss. Lakers leading by 10. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Jazz, Exum and Hood are the 1 and the 2. Johnson is out there with Favors, and it's Hayward in at the small forward. Here's Silk, kicks it to Collins. Off target from outside. And here's Exum. Johnson outside. To the inside. Favors. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Favors has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Jazz. Pass to Cobb. He feeds it to Collins. Passes it to Cobb. Ohio, the pass to Collins. The pass to the Prophet. The shot will not fall. And Utah the other way now. Now here's Hood. And it's good for 2.
Hood is great at getting into the paint, using that high release point of his to get his shot off.
Ohio, the pass to Collins. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. To the inside, and he converts the layup. 8 points for the Prophet.
That's exactly where they want the ball to go. He did a great job getting the ball into that position.
Johnson with it. Up top, Favors. He kicks it to Hood. There's the pick. Johnson the screen. Feeds it to Favors. Inside, it's deflected and taken away by Johnson. Outside Hood. Dishes to Exum. Johnson the screen. Clock at 6. Hayward goes in. Goes back up. Favors. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. A different look for Utah. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Johnson. And George Hills subbed in for Dante Exum. The Lakers making a switch here. And that one falls for Favors. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Russell. Shot from free throw range. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Hill kicks to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. It's good. And that's now 9 points for Hill.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Hill against Russell. There's a good screen to the paint. It's stolen by Gobert. It's Hill on the wing. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Good on the bucket. And it's now only a 1-point Laker lead.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, reason why they have found their shooting stroke. Their offense is clicking.
Off the pick. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Hill. Hill's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Now, here is Russell. To the inside, the Prophet gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Here's Hill. Hayward outside. Favors with the screen to tie it up. Rebounded by Hassel. The captain's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
It's just been a frustrating day for him all the way around, and it's rubbed off now, I think, on the rest of the team.
Now, here is Russell. It's stolen by Hill. Another shot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Great job by Favors, really making the defense uncomfortable as he's going up with the shot.
And George Hill, really, for me, an interesting case study, if you will. Always an unselfish player, always been careful in terms of shot selection and smart on the floor. But with Paul George missing time 2 seasons ago, Hill really stepped up his role and didn't miss a beat. I think he can do even more offensively. He's one of those guys that I think doesn't really realize just how good he is. Maybe he does this season.
That one misses. And for Hill, even as his shots per game have increased, his percentages have only gotten better. Last season, Greg, a career high in three-point percentage.
Yeah, and that spread out offense really has helped. A lot of open looks for everybody. You've got to give him credit, though. He fit in well for this team.
4 on the shot clock. Releases from 15. Russell, no luck. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Hayward goes in. And arguably the league's best rim protector, Rudy Gobert, 7'2", wingspan of 7'9". Steve, that's not bad. Great tools for the trade.
Yeah, on his toes, he can touch the rim, and he moves well for his size. He gets off the floor and a quick second jumper. He has work to do to get stronger, but he's only getting more and more intimidated when he keeps playing.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. That one drops. He ties it up. And here is Los Angeles now. Russell passes to Hassel. He dishes it to Collins. And the shot is long. For Utah, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Gobert, good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 5th assist in this one.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Tremendous composure on display. When they were down big, they did not panic. They just stuck with the game plan.
Yeah, easy call.
Two shots.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good. And it's the Jazz's ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Hayward outside, shoots the 3, nailed from three-point land. And the Jazz lead by 4.
Hayward is a bomber from deep. He can really sink these shots when he has his feet under him.
Silk passes to Collins. It's stolen by Gobert, and even 3-on-3 break. Hill, no good. Lakers trail by 4. Pass to Hassel. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Outstanding job looking for his teammate and connecting with him with a flawless pass.
For Utah, they've gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. Hill dishes to Favors. The feed to Hayward. 5 on the clock. Down low. And it's Hill. That time the assist by Hayward. And 11 points for Hill.
George Hill saw the opportunity, got right to the cup.
The Prophet passes to Russell from 12 feet out. Connects, the jumper drops.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Now Hill. Gobert the screen. Three-pointer, Hayward, rebounded by Hassel.
His shot's been inconsistent tonight, but teammates are picking up the slack, keeping them ahead in the score.
Outside, Russell. Over to the wing to tie it up. And that one comes up a bit short. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Hood. Here's Favors. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Favors got the lead up to 4 now for Utah. Outside, Russell. The dish to Collins. Off the pick. Misses off the right iron.
Well, no one's scoring off that screen. That was terrible.
Gobert, the screen. Hill kicks to Favors. Pass to Hayward. From the arc. Again, the miss by Hayward. Lakers trail by 4. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
And Rodney Hood was a 5-star recruit out of high school. He actually began at Arkansas, then transferred to Duke. And when he came out of Duke, he went down to 23rd in the draft in the 2014 selection process. Nonetheless, Smitty, a great pickup for the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, great situation for him. And then some injuries created a lot of opportunities for him. He averaged over 20 minutes a game as a rookie, made the Rising Stars game. A full-time starter by his second season. It all worked out.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Great job there to make this a 2-possession game.
Passes it to the Prophet. Kicks it to Russell. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Jazz leading by 3. Gobert, the screen. Hayward up top. He's guarded by Collins. And Hill has it in the corner. He feeds it to Gobert. Shoots from 12. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Gobert looking comfortable stepping into the spotlight right now.
And here's Russell off the screen. Collins, good.
I have no clue how he got that shot to fall, but I'm sure he'll take it.
So it's the Jazz now. It's a 3-point game. Favors with the screen. Favors sets the pick for Hill. Hayward outside. Lets the 3 fly. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Gobert is a high percentage shooter from the interior, especially when he's dropping the hammer.
Now, here is Russell. The pass to Collins. Again, Los Angeles. 1:32 left in the game. Hayward with the ball. To the middle. It's picked off. Pass to Cobb. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here. so he makes both from the line. Here is Hayward. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth. Gobert, the screen. Hill kicks to Hood, off the screen, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Liking how Rodney Hood seeks contact on his shot, demonstrating once again that he's not going to back down from anyone.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by two. And he is unable to get the second one.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
And it's Russell missing. Utah's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Favors with the screen. Hayward dishes to Hill. Down low. A steal. To the inside. Here's Hassel. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Timeout.
The captain's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Favors with the screen. Hayward passes to Hill. Hayward against Collins. Teardrop shot. Hood kicks to Favors. Just 4 to shoot. For 3, Hill. The 3 won't fall. And the Lakers call time here. Seconds left to play in the final quarter. Russell kicks to Collins. Offline.
That was the best he could do. Just fade a little bit, try and get a clean look, but the defense was right on him.
For the win. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And the Jazz start out with the ball. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got the prophet. Collins is out there with the captain. And it's Silk. And it's Ohio in at the one spot.
The quick trigger. Hood piercing the defense with the effective catch and shoot J.
Feeds it to Collins. Poked away to the wing on the left. Here's the prophet. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Hill dishes to Johnson. He kicks to Favors. Picked up by Hill. Johnson outside. Shot clock at 5. The offensive rebound. Gobert. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. He has a scorching 86%.
Love how Gobert scores in all kinds of ways, using his athleticism to his advantage.
And the Lakers have possession. Trailing by 5. Dishes it to Collins. Hill pulls it in. Hill's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Gobert the screen. Johnson for 3. Johnson missing again.
Look, I know he wants to put the team on his back, carry them across the finish line, but it's all about getting a high percentage shot.
The Prophet passes to Collins. Pass to the Prophet. To the paint. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Jazz leading by 3. Just about 2 minutes in now to this overtime period. What a game. Hill kicks to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
The vision from George Hill, very careful with the ball. He makes the easy play.
Pass to Collins. Drops in the layup for 2. Collins has got 22.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Favors with the screen. Hood dishes to Gobert. Back to Hood. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Rodney Hood has good size at 6'8". Really uses his frame well to get his shots off.
That free throw good from Hood. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. It's overtime basketball, folks, if you're just tuning in. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. They set the screen. Here's Collins. No good from outside.
Low percentage shot from long range. Terrible decision, especially when you still have a chance to win this.
Right side Hood to the inside. On the wing, Johnson. He's guarded by Collins. Just 5 to shoot. Tipped away. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession. That's a 2 from Hood. Another miss by Utah. Lakers trail by 5. Just under 3.5 minutes played in the extra period here. Here's the Prophet. Cans the shot from the wing.
Man, did they need those points, and I bet he's the guy that continues to go for it.
He will use his size, his skills, and his shooting ability to go get this win.
Now here's Favors. Out to the wing. And on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. It's deflected. Here's Collins. Ohio on the pass to Collins. Hill pulls it in. Utah's gone 1 of 2 so far in their three-point attempts in overtime. Favors at the elbow. From the line, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. To the right side. Here's Cobb. And Derek Favors pulls it down. Guys, it's come down here to a very important possession.
No room for error.
From the stripe, the Jazz with another miss. The Lakers on offense. It's a three-point game. Silk passes to Ohio. It's stolen by Hill, and they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
So it's Utah now. So they foul intentionally. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
George Hill, you know he's one of the more versatile guards we have in the game. He can defend ones or twos, one of those players who can fit in on any team in the league.
And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. And the Lakers call time here. They're losing by 4. 20 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. So it's the Lakers now, trailing by 4. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Shooting for Utah, Joe Johnson. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 5. 15 seconds left in overtime. So it's the Lakers now.
Time running low here.
Yes, in this possession, they have to have an immediate shot, and then they got to foul quickly.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Shooting for Utah, George Hill. At the line for 2.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Here's Ohio. Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's Utah with the win. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.